Welcome back to Squawk Box. In the final installment of our special series on South Korea, CNBC's Chloe Cho takes a look at the health of the country's car sector.
Win one little award, and suddenly everyone gets your name right.
Hyundai Motors' little tongue-in-cheek ad in the U.S. after its Genesis model won the North American Car of the Year award in January. You can't blame them for rubbing it in a little. Just like Japanese cars in the 1970s, Korean automakers have struggled to gain credibility. But as Korean car technology improved and purse strings tightened from the downturn, their affordability became more appealing by leaps and bounds.
경제 상황이 좀 어려운데
In such times of global economic difficulties, consumers tend to prefer small to medium-sized cars and more economical models. I think Hyundai's lineup of models is getting noticed for its quality, price, and performance compared to those of its rivals.
While affordability is a big selling factor, there is no doubt the crisis facing the U.S. auto sector and the weaker won have also helped along with other factors. Incentives and government measures have helped sales both at home and abroad, especially in the United States. But such measures can't last forever. Hyundai Motor increased its global market share to 4.7% in the first quarter, with U.S. market share rising to 4.3% in March, helped by a scheme that allows you to return your car if you lose your job. At home, government measures like tax credits for customers who upgrade their old cars are also likely to help sales. But even with these factors, Hyundai Motors still posted a 43% fall in first quarter net profit, albeit a better than expected performance. So what happens down the road?
As the won strengthens and perhaps the yen weakens, you get into a scenario where some of this advantage will go. And so it means that they will need to wind back the incentives as these things move against them in order to sustain their profitability. But the important question is, we've seen their market share for Hyundai, for example, move from 3s to 7s when we look at monthly figures. Now, you know, these figures are volatile and we don't know where it will end up. But the important question is, how much of that new volume is going to turn into permanent gains in market share? Because of the dramatic increases in the brand perception and because the pricing is lower, the expectation of consumers should be lower, and therefore it's likely in our view that some of that is permanent.
There's also the possibility of more concessions by the South Korean government on autos in order to kickstart a stalled FTA deal with the U.S. But some analysts aren't worried.
The Korean consumers are choosing their new cars not because of the maker's nationality, but because of the quality and fuel efficiency or design or other types of qualitative aspects. So it is quite an open market. So if we give out more concessions, then I don't think the Korean makers will be hurt.
So it seems one country's auto crisis is another's gain, and it's Hyundai Motors' hope that the company's drive into the global market will result in a permanent stay. Chloe Cho, CNBC, Seoul.
And we'll get more analysis on the Korean auto market in just a few minutes' time with Vivek Vaidya, Director of Automotive and Transportation at Asia Pacific at Frost & Sullivan. On a programming note, you can also catch the full half-hour special on South Korea in Focus, Winds of Change, this Saturday at 11:30 a.m. Singapore, Hong Kong time. Well, let's quickly check in on what's happening out there with the markets, those that are open so far out here in the region on the back of a positive close on Wall Street. The arrows are all pointing up, and the Nikkei 225 is gaining by about 0.8%. The Aussie market, 1.5. Can it get back to the 4,000 mark? We will see. Coming up, we're going to sit down with ECB President Jean-Claude Trichet and ask him about the central bank's monetary policy going forward. Stick around for that.
Brought to you by Contra.
When you partner with Korea, there's a lot to smile about. Working to create prosperity for all. Forging friendships to make it happen. Building a better tomorrow with a common vision for the future. Korea is bringing Asia closer together. Contra.